let's see. You're rolling there. Stand by. And we'll make sure that it's audio. Good idea. Always good. Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda, and today we have Damien Binder here with us. Damien is here for a short time in New Zealand. You now make your home in Sydney, right?
That's correct, Marty. It's a pleasure to be here, by the way.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you.
It's a wonderful space.
Oh, thanks.
Friendly, warm, welcoming.
Well, we try, and it'll be good when we hear some live music. It's always good. So yeah, you're a Kiwi, but you've been living in Australia for quite a while now.
Yeah, I've been there for 11 years now, but obviously I still call New Zealand home. A lot of bonds, a lot of friends back here still, and a lot of musical bonds here as well, producing my music. I tend to produce here and parts here and parts in Sydney.
Right.
So yeah, it's always a trans-Tasman kind of thing.
Gotcha. So you've got a new album out, which I have a copy of here, called A New World. And speaking of musical bonds, I see you're still working with Bob Shepherd, who you've been working with for a long time. So he produces and you co-write as well. So
yeah,
tell me a little bit about how the two of you guys work together.
Well, we've been friends for years, and he's always been a champion of my music as far back as the Second Child days, when I was in a band with Second Child, and he always was encouraging me to write and to kind of do my own stuff as well. And we collaborated very early, and it worked. He's got great musical ideas, and so I tend to bring finished songs or almost completely finished songs, and he tends to sort of help me arrange or add a verse here or a chorus here or whatever, and together we get it done. But he's a hugely inspirational kind of guy, a multi-instrumentalist, beautiful sense of harmony, and he just seems to bring out some of the best things in me as well, so that's good. But on this record, I actually worked with partly with Bob, yep. And I wanted to kind of change the kind of, well, I guess the method, and so I incorporated this friend who I met in Sydney called Michael Carpenter, who's a producer and again a fantastic musician, and he works and has a studio in Sydney called Love Hurts. And he's produced lots of power pop and alt country kind of stuff, and I guess I don't really fit those two, but he again just loved the stuff and he wanted to be part of it, and we worked together, and he basically we recorded a lot of stuff in Sydney to go with the stuff that I've recorded with Bob, and at the end we edited it all and came up with the record. And I've got a few extra players on it this time, just to add some different textures. A vocalist that works with Michael, and another guitar player from another band over there, Brian Estapa's band. I don't know if you heard of Brian Estapa, but he's a kind of a old country kind of power pop kind of guy. So there's been quite a lot of collaboration on this. And it was always my intention to try and create something sound-wise that was a little bit new, a little bit rawer, and a little bit just a warm, open kind of sound. Right. So I think we achieved that. I'm really pleased with it.
Well, let's find out. Let's listen to a song, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to hear is the title track, A New World.
It's called A New World. It's funny because I actually sang this song at the wedding I've come over for.
Right.
I co-wrote it with a friend of mine called Dan Micklejohn. It was actually his wedding, and he provided some of the lyrics. We worked them together, but it's about letting go of your past and starting afresh with someone, and sort of walking into that unknown.
Good one for the wedding, huh?
It was perfect, apparently.
We'll see how that works out. All right, let's give it a listen, and we'll come back and talk some more.
Okay, cool.
Used to be less cynical, dice would roll more whimsical, truth be told, I've lost my way, standing now in that place where all you see is your face, and every line is on parade. Here I am with you, choosing to stand with you. My whole world melts away. Down the road we go, no one really knows. To a new world, a new world. I used to pause and contemplate the rain so wide and open, the divide so great. I used to hold what's far away, and now I wheel my life around. I drift through empty towns, weary of others in the background they fade. Here I am with you, choosing to stand with you. My whole world melts away. Down the road we go, no one really knows. To a new world, a new world. And days will come to follow, where there's nothing left but to take that pledge. I'll see you again tomorrow, I hope. Your burden's never hollow. At the foot of our bed, will you lay your head? I'll see you again tomorrow, I know. Well, I know. Here I am with you, choosing to stand with you. My whole world melts away. Down the road we go, no one really knows. To a new world, a new world.
All right, we're back with Damien Binder, and this new album, New World, which we just heard the title track from, is your first release since about 2009. So what have you been up to since then?
Yeah, believe me, I haven't been complacent, Marty.
Okay.
Well, quite a lot of things happened. Basically, with the last record, While the Wind's at Your Back, I thought was a pretty good record, and I put a lot of effort and a lot of heart and soul into it, and also financially a lot of my own money, and it really was hard. I think it almost sort of crippled me, and I think I was a little burnt by that experience.
Right.
I mean, we got a really good album out of it. There's quite a turbulent thing that happened on the record as well. Bob, the producer, got very, very sick, and that sort of halted the recording for quite a long time, and then we finished it and then it came out, but
Right.
it was quite turbulent. But anyway, that kind of experience, it really took a lot out of me. So since then, a lot of things have changed. I got a new job, I got married, and the whole time I've been writing songs and trying to perfect them and edit them, and that's always been going on in the background. But I've been working towards doing another record, and it's just happened quite naturally.
Right.
And so with this one, as I say, with meeting Michael Carpenter over in Sydney, and having great bonds with Bob Shepherd back here, the two of us, we sort of put it together, and it turned out great.
So with all these changes in your life, and marriage and a new job and all that, does that become apparent in the music?
Well, yeah, as I say, I was looking back at the themes on the last record, While the Wind's at Your Back, and I was looking at, it was very sort of a lot of sort of bit of angst, a bit of doubt, a lot of
in there?
little darkness, yeah. And it was sort of things pulling apart, and I was trying to reconcile that. And with this record, it's there's a lot of optimism on it, and a lot of hope, a lot of destiny, and sort of looking at where we are, and not just me, but where we are. And I guess that's part of getting older. But it's certainly something I'm really happy with, because normally when people write you want to kind of expect your artists to be miserable because all that great work comes out.
Well,
but it's
that's
not
the myth.
it is, yeah. But it's totally not true. Like some of the people like Bruce Springsteen, for example. Like there's so much positivity in his music,
Right.
Sort of hope and kind of that exhilarating kind of joy and stuff. And I'm not saying my music's like his, but those themes have come into a more optimistic look, have come into the music. So I'm really pleased about that. I've managed to weave that in, but also keep the songs really strong as well.
Cool. And so the next song that we're going to hear is one called Ships Sail Out. What can you tell me about that one?
Yeah, Ship Sail Out is basically looking back on the beginnings of a relationship and how kind of got together, and it's looking back at sort of an idyllic period of that spark, and then how we moved through that and got older, and how there's a pledge to, even though there's been maybe some problems and ups and downs and so forth, it's a sort of a pledge to go on into the future with kind of commitment, love, whatever it's my usual stuff.
Gotcha. Well,
love songs to order.
sounds good to me. All right, let's give it a listen, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Okay, great.
Well, I remember so plainly a lazy summer of cod and spawn, tripping over to impress each other at the start. Rosy cheeked in the gloaming, the winding good like an East Street tune. Said I could die right now, and you were happy too. Come away now, since that bright debut, to belong now, where music fills the room, and on some hard ground, you held yours through and through. Oh, the ships sail out, they carry home to you. So began the winter, the wettest since I don't know when. mildew growing on all we own, and you beneath my skin. Well, I remember, if you don't, looking on at the fire we made, saying we're so much stronger when we're together, babe. Come where's now, since that bright debut, to belong now, where music fills the room, and on some hard ground you held just through and through. Oh, the ships sail out, they carry home to you. Well, hold on to that tune, my love, the stranger tide sweeping in on us. Try and pick it up where we left off. Try and pick it up. Whoa, whoa. Come where's now, since our bright debut, to belong now, where music fills the room, on some hard ground you held just through and through. Oh, the ships sail out, they carry home to you. Oh, the ships sail out, the ships sail out. Ooh. Ships sail out, ships sail out, they carry home to you. Well, I remember so plainly a lazy summer of card and spark, tripping over to impress each other at the start.
Alrighty, we're back with Damien Binder for one more song and a little more conversation. So I'm curious as to how the whole thing works. I guess you spend most of your time in Sydney now, and then, but do you try to make an effort to get over here and make an impression when you're releasing a new album? Is it a difficult thing to accomplish?
Being an independent artist, it's usually a financial thing, right, to make that happen. Of course, I always want to come over, and I have been coming over sort of once or twice a year to sort of work on albums and work on recordings and so forth, and see some of my closest friends. But it's always my intention to come play, and I have done in the past 10 years, but it's not always possible financially. So I will try very desperately to do some gigs over here to support this record, and I've got quite a few great musical friends who I think can jump on board and be a part of it. I think because they like the music so much. So. Which means that you don't need to be paid very much.
No, that's always good.
Hopefully.
Right. And how do you find the scene in Sydney? Do you gig quite a bit over there? Or?
I play a lot solo, actually.
Yeah.
I do a lot of solo stuff, and I just love the immediacy of it. And I sell my CDs at gigs, and it's pretty low key kind of thing. But I sort of gradually built up a bit of a few fans and stuff, and I guess that's what. With crowdfunding, the last portion of the album, that has obviously all those things have come to fruition.
Right.
But having a band is actually, it's a great thing, and my music sounds great with the band. On well, I think on the record it does anyway. I love having a band because you can just completely, you're not generating, the engine. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
The engine's under you,
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
you're just on top. But doing that, you have to basically hire people, and it costs money and so forth. So, but yeah, with this one, I've got some players picked out to play some gigs as a band in Sydney, so I'll be doing that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we got one more song we're going to hear. It's called Evergreen. Nothing to do with Barbra Streisand? Or?
Nothing, although that, I have to say that is an absolute killer song. No, this is my own Evergreen.
All right.
And it's, I guess thematically, it's not too far away, really, and away from that Evergreen. But it's about someone always being by your side and helping you through some of the hard moments and turbulent moments and ups and downs, and also that being a reciprocal thing for them as well from you. So, and it's, I guess I don't want to, I don't want people to tell them all what the song is about, but I use that metaphor of that kind of the sort of tree of life kind of thing throughout it. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll give that a listen. Thanks for coming around. I'm glad you made it in here in your brief time in the country.
It's so great to see you.
You too. And hopefully we'll see you back here soon with a guitar in hand and out in the club somewhere.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Gotta keep it under wraps. Gotta keep it on the down low, baby. Nobody knows where I'm at day to day. I could slip between the cracks, could be gone and you never see me back. Heaven knows where I'm at day to day. Is there a reason we don't fall to pieces as the mighty wind blows? Evergreen, you're hanging in there. No matter how it rolls, at times it got so low. I'll never be far from your care. With all you bring, evergreen. Something wakes you in the night, then and there ain't the time to put it right. Things come clear, come the light of day. Got you on so tight, you got it wrong, you're spoiling for a fight. Good intentions will sometimes go astray. Still those branches, they must hold the answers, swaying in the winter breeze. Evergreen, you're hanging in there. No matter how it rolls, at times it got so low. I'll never be far from your care. With all you bring, evergreen. Ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum bum. I dreamt you again. Dreamt you were a stranger, not a friend, and all my sins were coming back to shame. Me, I listened for the sound of my body crashing to the ground. Morning broke and I woke unscathed. We're only here for a mere few years, so you know I got a lot to see and do. Evergreen, you're hanging in there. No matter how it rolls, at times it got so low. I'll never be far from your care. With all you bring, evergreen. never seen one so fair. What's all you bring, evergreen? What's all you bring, evergreen?